Hi, this is the JK Not Really podcast. My name's Kurt.
And I'm Jacqueline. Welcome back.
Today we have a lot to cover. News has been insane.
Oh, God.
And it looks like the first thing we should talk about is probably the tariffs.
Yeah, I call it the flip-flop tariffs.
The flip-flop tariff.
Say that fast 3 times. Flip-flop tariff. Flip-flop.
So Trump, he put these massive tariffs on the art of the deal, as the White House would like us to say.
Right.
Or like we just don't realize it's just all the art of the deal.
Well,
but these massive tariffs
no art.
rift the economy, shake the stock market. People are just freaking out. I could just tell everyone on the news. The Republicans were scared.
Yeah.
No one knew what to make of it.
No, they don't, because there's no plan, and everybody knows there's no plan. Even Trump doesn't have a plan. Well, he doesn't even know what the hell he's doing. But anyway, yeah. So it bottomed out. The
stock market suffered.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Trump is like, pulls them back. He doesn't pull them back entirely. There's still 10% tariffs on everyone.
I know. Yeah.
But he lifts up the crazy tariffs. We'll call them the crazy tariffs.
Yeah.
Except on China, which has changed since.
He increased China.
He increased.
China.
But he did put an exception on electronics.
Well, just
which
lately.
is like,
yeah.
Which is like
that
everything
was
from China.
Well, that was like 2 days after he decided to say, okay,
Yeah,
we're gonna take the tariffs off.
If you're gonna say, I'm gonna tariff everything from China except electronics, what else? What is he tariffing? Like crappy little toys and shit? I don't know. Like,
well, all his merchandise it's all made.
Trump hats.
It's all made in China. Well, that's what he's actually.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Okay.
So he jumped ship, and I think my whole thing on this is somebody came to him and was like, Mr. President, if you don't stop this trade war and you keep meddling in the powers that be,
right,
they're gonna disappear you.
Exactly. You will be disappeared. They will get rid of you. Well, I don't know, but I wish, but that isn't gonna happen. But then again, there's a little bit of a nefarious thing going on there.
I think he realized that. First of all, I think he realized that he couldn't beat China in a trade war. I really don't think he could.
Okay.
China does all the manufacturing. They were totally going to outlast us. They're even kind of saying that China's like, you can't beat us. We're going to win this tariff war. And we can't beat the whole world in a trade war.
No.
So I think he just realized that was a losing thing when the bond market started tanking.
Well, yeah. That's a huge thing.
Yeah, because, what that means is people are divesting in the country. And they're putting their money, if you look at the euro, Chinese currency, who else is doing really well? Germany.
Oh, yeah, probably.
So, people are pulling out of American bonds. And usually when the stock market isn't doing well, bonds increase. That's not happening. So I think he realized, holy shit, I'm messing with something. But it can't be fixed. It's broken beyond repair.
I don't know if he said holy shit, but anyway, he probably said, okay, well, I'm going to do this because, I'm art of the deal person. And there's no art. No art in that, whatever he does.
He's just an idiot.
Yeah, but what about when he texted and said, everybody, it's good time to buy right now. And then 4 hours later, he lifts the tariffs and tons of people, his billionaire friends, made money.
Yeah, there's footage of him you made $1 billion.
Yes.
This guy made $900 million. Yeah. They're all shaking each other's hands.
I know. It's
cracking open the champagne.
I mean, Martha Stewart is rolling over in her garden right now.
Martha Stewart should sue the federal government.
That's what I think so too.
They made her go to prison for less.
Oh my God, yeah. It's like, God.
No, he's completely breaking the law.
He is. And right in front of us, right in front of our faces.
But this is what people need to realize. They're like, well, if he's breaking the law, why isn't anything happening? Because the Justice Department is run by Kash Patel. Who do you think investigates and presses charges. It's the Attorney General.
Yes, the Attorney
General. And Kash Patel, the FBI.
Right.
Without that, I mean, you do have state attorney generals, which I
Right.
hear they can investigate it.
Yeah.
They can, and there's
I think
50
they are.
of them out there.
I think they are investigating. I'm not,
Somebody better.
but I don't know how far that's going to go.
But it's illegal to manipulate the market like
It
that.
is. Well, yes, it is. We all know that. But anyway.
And I don't think that's why he did everything, but I think he was like, well, I might as well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I just
Keep the boys happy.
keep the boys happy. His little minions and all his billionaire people. Yeah, while all us little folks, we lost money. Lots of money. A lot.
We're still trying to recoup everything.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it's going to come back. I really don't. It's awful. It's just terrible. The world hates us. The world hates us.
The damage is done. Even if the tariffs are lifted, the integrity of the American economy, people just don't trust it anymore.
No.
It's too volatile.
No.
You know, it's going to take years for us to get back to where we were.
Yeah, I
And,
guess so.
and you know, the craziness of it is kind of taking over the news, because I didn't even realize until you told me about the Pennsylvania governor.
Oh yeah, that just happened last night, I guess. It was
Josh
breaking
Shapiro.
news. Yeah, in the governor's mansion, I guess, some guy scaled the fence and had a hammer, broke the windows, got inside and started the house on fire. And they just barely got the governor, Shapiro, and his wife and his kids out. I mean, this is ridiculous. They showed pictures, and I'm sure all of you have seen them. I mean, there was a lot of damage, and I don't.
So he attacked the governor's mansion? Like,
The
that's a
governor's
state building.
No,
right?
I know. Yeah, and they caught him. Yeah, they caught him, and
Well,
he's
somebody's going to lose their job. over
well.
that.
I don't know. It probably happened pretty fast, but anyway, they did catch him, and
So
he states he's not a Trumpster or whatever, and of course Trump, he says, well, he must be just a crazy person, or he's just some a lunatic or whatever.
Well, this would be the second person that attacked somebody, like a Democrat, with a hammer. Why is that always happening?
I don't know. And he also said, he said when they were interviewing him that, if he would have run into to the
with
governor,
the hammer.
he said he would have beat him with the hammer.
Well, that happened.
What's it with the hammer?
I don't know.
For God's
that
sake.
happened to what's her name's husband. Oh,
I know.
What am I?
Pelosi.
Pelosi's husband.
Yes, and he actually got hit in the head.
I don't know. Maybe they feel like it's like a Russian sickle kind of like thing.
I don't know. It's just ridiculous. Well, this is scary in a sense, and violence
But it shows like how
is not cool.
people are feeling emboldened to do these things right
Yeah,
now.
and you know who's emboldening them is Trump. Even they asked him what did he think, and what did he say? Oh, he must have been a lunatic. He wasn't a fan of the Trump.
Wasn't one of us.
I hate it when he talks in the third person. I just can't stand that. It's like, God. Well, you got to do the Trump thing, and nobody likes the Trump, and what the hell?
I mean,
Jesus. Oh, I just can't stand
it's
that.
so hard to listen to him. Oh my God. Speaking of, crazy Trump speak, did you watch Bill Maher visiting with Trump?
Well, I watched his latest show, and then he did like a little, instead of his monologue thing, he basically sat there and...
His book report? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, his book report on what that, and you know what? I have mixed feelings about that, but I'm
What
like...
the hell is he doing? I don't know. I just feel like he's basically saying, like, even though he's doing all these horrible things, he's not that bad. And it's like, shut up, Bill Maher.
Yeah, I mean, he said...
I'm sure Hitler was really nice when you sat down and had
yeah.
dinner and tea with him,
Well, that's how they get you to drink the Kool-Aid, for God's sake.
No, he's just... Like, of course he was nice to you. You're a white, rich man.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you were like an immigrant black woman who was poor sitting in the Oval Office, do you think he would have been nice to you still?
Well, he totally jumped on Omarosa, remember that? Yeah, he just threw her under the bus. Anyway, but...
So that's just a side note on crazy Trump speak.
Yeah, exactly.
But other crazy things. So people are getting pizza threats.
Yeah, it's a death by pizza delivery.
When I heard that, I expected like somebody gets a pizza delivered and the guy like opens the box and it says like "Die now, pig" or something on the pizza, like spelled out in pepperonis.
That would make a great cartoon, though, really.
But that's not what it is.
But it's not what that is. It's really them just, it's tormenting them.
They're doxing. So they're basically sending a message like, we know where you live.
Yes.
Here's this pizza.
Yeah, and then they send them to their children, and we know where your children live. I mean, that's what the symbol of the pizza delivery is about. And that's uncool either.
What's up with pizza too? That was like Pizzagate. The guy went in and shot everyone because they made up the rule. They made up the weird
with Hillary Clinton
kids,
that they were eating
children under the pizza store
behind in the basement at the pizza store. It's like, really?
It's like
so they're really hooked on pizza. Maybe because that's what they eat.
It's
they eat
like
a lot of pizza.
It's a message.
It's a message. And it was Domino's pizza. Poor Domino's, man. I don't think they want to be, associated with that.
I had Domino's last night, and I wasn't doxxed. I did order it myself.
You did?
But I'll never think of it the same now
Why?
that I'm...
because of this.
Because there's pizza threats.
Well,
and
I'll never send you a pizza. Well, if you know that I'm pissed at you, I'm sending you a pizza.
At least tell me first.
Oh.
And don't send me Domino's. There's send me local. I like some locals. Locals.
But then it wouldn't be a threat.
No, it's only a threat if it's Domino's.
If it's Domino's. You get a Domino's pizza at your door from your mom, I'm pissed.
Oh my God.
Okay. It's nothing to really laugh about, but it is kind of funny. But this is just not cool.
It's absurd. If you don't laugh at it, you're gonna cry.
I know, but we can't let this, stop us from.
But it's not just happening to anybody. It happened. One of the cases is Judge James.
It's to the judges, right?
Federal judge ruled against Trump administration about a policy concerning deportation of migrants. He was subject to a campaign of harassment, including anonymous pizza deliveries.
Right.
So,
I think they're doing it to even the attorneys as well. They're just harassing them. That's what's going on. And I hope that they don't, fall to it,
Well, is the FBI going to look into this? No.
Well, Kash Patel.
Maybe if it happened to, I don't know.
The little cross-eyed.
Marjorie Taylor Greene or
which God.
Kash Patel is cross-eyed.
Well, he is. Every time he looks at the camera, he's cross-eyed. I'm like, poor guy. He should wear sunglasses or something. I don't know. But, no,
he's like a little punk. He doesn't do anything.
No, he doesn't.
I want to hear him break some case, but all he is he's like the Injustice Department. They just don't.
That's what we'll call it from now on. The Injustice Department.
That? He's like, no.
No.
Just sit back. We don't have to do anything.
We don't have to do anything. I mean, I'm just here. I don't know what he does now.
I don't know.
He'll go after people like us, or he'll go after,
that's right.
That's what they're aiming
the media.
For. Yeah.
He'll charge the media with treason.
Oh, probably.
But, it's okay to send out secrets on Signal to reporters. And so I'm pissed because everything, every week a new constitutional crisis worse than the last to where we're literally not even talking about Signalgate anymore. They need to go to jail. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, and subscribe.
And ring the little bell.
Every interaction you do with our video helps us to spread the word and to keep coming back. So
yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Well, the Supreme Court ruled on, bringing the guy back. They said, okay, you got to bring the guy back. But then again, I think it was a real week, but basically that's what they said. You've got to bring the guy back.
9-0.
Yeah.
They ruled that they should. So
yeah, but
that's another, this is the new thing, the new constitutional crisis. This poor dude who they need to bring back. I mean, his name is Kilmar Abrego Garcia. I mean, the fact that the court says you have to bring him back and Trump is like, Trump stops and he he thinks about it and he says, "Do you judge?"
No, you don't tell me what to do. No, he's not coming back because that's the kind of administration we have.
We're not doing shit.
When they admit that they made a mistake or they did make a mistake and they don't take any accountability, they don't come back and say, okay, well, I'm sorry, we're going to change it, we're going to fix it. No, right away they just say, well, no, they just don't own up to it. And so they're not going to bring the guy back.
And you have the strength of the American military behind you, and you can't get one guy back from El Salvador.
No, and he's best friends with the guy.
It's stupid.
And he actually came today to come and visit President Trump, and they're there in the Oval Office. And of course, some reporter is asking the president of El Salvador, are you going to bring back Mr. Garcia? And the guy said, well, why would I even do that, to bring a terrorist into your country?
He said, I will not release a terrorist into the United States.
Yeah, he basically said that. And they said, well, will you release him in El Salvador and let him be free?
Like,
why would I do that? Why would I release the terrorist in my own country when I just finished cleaning it up?
So now, Trump is going to use this to kind of be like, I can't do anything.
Wrong.
He's under
It's
the jurisdiction
bullshit.
of El Salvador. But that's bullshit. And it just shows that the Supreme Court cut themselves into that presidential immunity bullshit.
And this reeks of Stephen Miller.
Oh, yes.
It reeks of him. I could just see him in the office or telling to his friends with his little weaky little voice and like, we're not bringing him back. He's brown. He's guilty. We're not bringing him back. What the hell? He's with his little squeaky voice. I hate it when he talks.
He literally said that.
Yes, he did.
There's a recording of him. He's like, if he was your neighbor, you would move. And I was like, what the fuck?
Really?
He said that to someone. He's like, he's where he belongs. He's a criminal. He's supposed to be in that jail. And then they said, delusional. Trump is there. And Trump is like in La La Land. He's like, huh? What? And Stephen Miller's just like, yeah, the Supreme Court ruled 9-0 in our favor. And I was like, are we in the same reality, Stephen Miller? But then Trump he just wakes up, I guess, and he's, 9-0, that's what and I'm like, is Stephen Miller in charge? Did Elon, because Elon's nowhere. I don't know where he's at.
Elon, well, I don't know what happened to him. They got rid of him, so he's gone. I don't know where he is.
Stephen Miller
He's under a rock somewhere.
I know, he's licking his wounds.
Totally.
He's having lunch in a bathroom stall somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Poor guy. I'm actually starting to feel sorry for him a little bit. Well, not really.
I think Stephen Miller is the new puppet master.
Oh, he is. And he was back in the first administration. The guy thought he was tough shit.
And he's a white supremacist. I mean, he is a white supremacist.
He hates brown people. He hates women.
He hates
everybody.
Yes, and
except himself.
100% him. He's gonna push this as far as it can go.
Oh, he will.
He's basically telling the Supreme Court why don't you guys try this again? Because we're not gonna do what you asked, and if you want to look completely powerless, like you really are. We're not bringing him back. So,
yeah,
sucks.
I feel so bad for the guy, and I feel bad for his family, his wife, and his kids.
And he's probably dead. I just wish people would
maybe
say
maybe that's what's happening.
Prove that he's alive.
He's probably dead, and that's why he can't bring him back.
Probably a lot of them are dead. I mean, I just
of course.
really think that there's some crazy shit happening.
Well, it's a very dangerous place where that prison. It's, I make fun of it as a resort, but it's bad.
We need to call, I won't call it a prison. I always call it the slave camp.
That's what it is. It is
slave
a slave
internment camp, because it's basically the present day concentration camp.
Exactly.
It's where we're sending people we don't like. Mm-hmm. It's not like these people, maybe they're MS-13 or blah, 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 but they've said 60 Minutes did that report. Yeah. 75% of them had no charges. Yeah.
And of course, Trump, he hates 60 Minutes now. He wants to get them off the air because oh my God, they're sprouting out numbers. What the hell? I want him off as he's eating his Burger King cheeseburger. He threw some ketchup at the wall again. Oh dear. 60 Minutes. Get the hell out of there. We're after you next.
He does hate 60
Oh,
Minutes.
he hates.
I love when he like walked off. And then they interviewed Kamala, and he's like, they edited everything. I'm like, why does he have it out for that?
The guy runs the country by watching TV,
hates
reality
60
TV
Minutes.
or whatever. I don't know. It's terrible. God, he's such a...
We're in the next constitutional crisis of our lives. And every time one of these happens, it's worse than the last. Because this is definitely disregarding something that the Supreme Court is telling you to do. It's never happened, I don't think, ever.
Well,
maybe Andrew Jackson did that once, actually. I think Andrew Jackson did it. But you don't do that, right? And what are they going to do?
Yeah, what are they going to do?
Put him in jail?
Their end result is they want to be able to send just anybody to El Salvador or to anywhere else, just for anything, not even about being a gang member. They're just making this a big deal because they want to be able to send like someone like you and me, or someone that they don't like, or someone the crew at 60 Minutes. They're next. They're going to send them away, for God's sake.
I just can't.
That's what they're going to do. They want to have the power to do that, Really.
I love that he hates the crew of 60 Minutes.
He hates them all, Kurt. Seriously, if he's watching Mickey Mouse the cartoon and he doesn't like him, he's going to send him to get Mickey Mouse and send him home.
I can't keep track of all the drama because it happens like every day, but like the 60 Minutes thing, until you mentioned that he hates 60 Minutes, I had completely forgotten about his drama with 60 Minutes.
No, well, he hates a lot of programs.
Oh.
Yeah, and he used to hate Bill Maher, but now I don't know what they're like best friends now.
I don't know what's
What's going on with that?
I think Bill Maher and him just have like an understanding.
I guess so, but we'll see. I think the only reason I watch Bill Maher really is because of the politics.
Well, Bill Maher, he's a centrist.
Yeah.
He's a centrist. He's a little more right-leaning these days.
No,
but
he is.
He's not about he doesn't think that transgender people should be playing sports. Yeah. He's kind of a Zionist. Not kind of, but he's very anti-Palestine. Yeah. There's a lot of things that Trump is doing that he's not completely against. He doesn't like DEI. He doesn't like woke. I think he doesn't like the crazy deportation, the constitutional crisis, and the tariffs and things like that.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll watch his next program and let's see if he's backed off or he's going to continue doing what he's doing.
I mean, do you think people will keep watching?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know why,
I'll watch it.
With his audience, why he would think that was a good idea.
Well, who knows?
But
anyway, okay.
On a more upbeat, fun thing.
Yeah, this is our segment, the Dems 2.0 segment.
Bernie went to Coachella.
Yeah, he did a guest appearance there. I thought that was so cool.
And it didn't look like he was dropping any acid or taking any ecstasy.
No.
He was actually just saying some really cool stuff on stage to the people.
Exactly. It was great. I loved it.
And just trying to get people engaged in politics.
Exactly.
Right?
And they cheered. I mean, it was like a roar. Of course, they were probably all on ecstasy and stuff. Probably. Or whatever they call it.
Everyone's like, is that
Bernie
Sanders?
Oh my God. As he's doing the speech, they're like, yeah. Right? Exactly. No. They actually...
fighting oligarchy tour.
They actually listened to him. Seriously. They did.
Of course they did.
And, I just find that was amazing. Way to go, Bernie.
Well, it looks like
he's my new hero.
He addressed some, climate change, women's rights, economic inequality.
Yep.
And when he mentioned former President Donald Trump's name, the crowd responded with boos.
Oh, well, there you
go.
go.
To which Sanders replied, I agree.
I agree. Yeah.
The oligarchs.
The oligarchs.
I love him.
Oh, he's great.
He's my favorite.
He's great. And then him and AOC, they did a rally in Los Angeles.
Well, might as well. They were at Coachella.
They were there, so they did one, and it's their biggest ones.
36,000 people came.
That's amazing.
And
that's absolutely amazing.
They were in a park in LA. I think that is so great that they're continue doing their thing. I hope more comes of it. It's so hard to kind of see the light.
Yes.
At the end of the tunnel, because the tunnel is so long. I mean, we've only been in this presidency for 3 months?
Oh, really? God, it seems like 3 years.
And I literally feel like he's like, what else could he do? Like, literally, I feel like he's like working his way up to actually shooting someone not Central Park.
Fifth Avenue.
Fifth Avenue.
Oh yeah, he'll probably do
and
that.
And when he does that and gets away with it, we're all just gonna like, okay, that's just what happened.
He did just get his physical though, which I find so funny. He's what, 6'3" and he's 224 pounds. Oh my God, he's like Muhammad Ali. Jesus Christ. He's not.
220
he lies. It's like so stupid. It's like, come on. And the guy practically falls asleep when he's, being with all the other world leaders. He's there. He's like, okay.
It's like we're living in Korea. Okay. He's like our own Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like he's going to like, everyday sunny.
Yeah. He probably will. Jesus.
He's like, no, everything is perfect here. There's no disease. I'm 6'3", 225 pounds. I'm 6'3" and 225 pounds.
Really? Jesus.
I'm just going to start lying.
Oh, God.
It's too much.
It is too much. But, I mean, in a good note, well, are you not done?
Well, onto his physical thing. So let's just talk about it. He got his physical. Mm-hmm. It's all lies.
All lies.
But did he even release anything to anyone?
Well,
or he just released that he's 6'3", 220
just his
pounds.
Stats. You know how you release stats.
No, they did. They said something, and they said that he's in good health because he keeps winning golf championships.
Well, yeah, I read that.
But they're golf championships at his resort.
His resorts, and he rigs them. He's a cheater at golf. He's a cheater. He's the one that goes and if he hits the ball and he loses it, he goes and he just puts down another ball.
No, well, he has these people. He's playing with dignitaries from other countries, and he's probably like, if you try to beat me at golf, I'm going to
put a tariff on your country. Oh, wait, I already did that.
Oh.
Oh, I did that one already.
He's like, I'll turn them from the Mexicans to whoever you are. We're gonna just... He's so horrible. I can't stand the racism. It's too much.
No, it is. It is.
So, anyways, back onto good news, right?
Yeah, good news. And that was this morning. I don't know. I'm sure everybody watched because I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Blue Origin, that Jeff Bezos, rocket. He did a launch this morning, and it was an all-woman crew. And some were celebrities, some were, anchors.
Well, you had
his girlfriend went.
His girlfriend.
Yeah, it was Katy Perry.
Gayle King,
Lauren Sanchez.
Aisha Bowe.
Yeah, she's an aerospace engineer.
Carrie-Anne Flynn.
She's a film producer.
And Katy Perry.
Katy Perry went up there. I like Katy Perry. She actually went up there and sang a song.
I love Katy Perry.
Yeah,
I love Katy Perry. But the only thing I would say, Katy Perry, do not sing Fireworks. We're on a spaceship.
Well, she didn't sing that. I think she sang.
That's pretty good.
Oh, I forgot the song. It was actually a nice song. But yeah, I just think this was so cool. That I love the name Blue Origin. That's a cool name. If I was going to go to space and I wanted to pick a rocket that I was going to go on, I would go on the rocket that's named Blue Origin instead of Space X. You know what I mean?
His penis shaped.
Oh my God, it's such an ugly ship.
Spaceships.
Oh God.
Poor Elon.
We're
sorry. We know that all your friends hate you now.
Oh God, yeah.
But your spaceships look like dicks.
Oh God. What the design? Jesus, come on.
It's just
Oh.
But Blue Origin is Jeff Bezos, and he capitulated to Trump. Mm-hmm. Jeff Bezos, in my book, is kind of on my shit list as well.
Yeah, Yep.
But at least it's not Elon.
At least it's not Elon. At least he's not in the government or whatever. Yeah, well, all the tech guys.
And I think that they're all starting to kind of realize that was a bad idea because they're all losing a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Not just Elon Musk, but Jeff Bezos is definitely losing money. Having a tariff against China for Amazon?
Oh, that's true. Not good. That is not good because a lot of those products are...
And it's all made in China.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. No, it's like the worst thing that could have happened to him.
Yeah. But anyway, it was the coolest thing ever. I mean, it's a great thing that, to me it represents that, you can do anything, especially a girl can do anything. And this is a good role model for young girls. Go to space, maybe become an astronaut, maybe become a scientist, and I think that was great. I watched it. It was really cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So the first all-woman spaceflight since Valentina Tereshkov's.
Yeah, in 1963, I think.
Tereshkovas.
Russian cosmonaut. Yeah.
Just her in 1963.
She went up. She was the first woman to go. She went alone. So this has been this. Yeah, since then it's an all-woman crew for all women to go up there. I thought that was cool. So I
mean, yeah, there's still work to be done, but women need to realize that there's still a fight for equality, and they can do anything, and they should have the right to do anything, and they don't need a man on the damn ship.
No, they don't.
They can go on.
No, they don't. I guess not. Women can do just as good, and they're trying to erase us right now. So I thought this was great, and kudos for Jeff Bezos to actually make this happen.
Yeah, I mean, really good.
Yeah.
Well,
that's we got to do the prick of the week.
Oh, prick of the week.
Yes, we always do prick of the week. So, who are we going to choose this week?
It's Stephen Miller.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, Stephen Miller, you're the prick of the week.
He is a prick.
He's racist prick.
Yeah, and we know this is all him. All this is going on with this poor Mr. Garcia. It's all him.
No, it's like one thing to deport people, right? Because they don't always send them to a jail. Usually when people are deported, they get a little notice. They can contest it in court. Due process is an American tradition that you shouldn't with.
Right.
All right, so Stephen Miller, you're a prick.
You're a prick. Don't with our justice system.
Yeah.
Our due process. Okay, all right. Well, I thought that was a good one.
That was a good one. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, and ring the little bell. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye-bye.